What's up, lads and ladettes? How are we all doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. So we are down here in Notice, and we are going to continue on our 2023 hunting series, up until the end of the year. This is episode 10, I believe, and we're going to hunt some Longu. Now, we're going to be doing 150 PED laser. We're using a daily, we're going to be using a daily weapon, so, it should be... We should only really have to worry about the ammo cost. We don't really need to calculate the weapon cost, at all. And we should be doing some decent damage. Now, for those of you that are wondering why I'm targeting the Longu in particular, the Longu have tier 4 components, and they also have basic leather extractors, but they've also been known to drop A104, Omegaton A104, before in the past, which is an unlimited laser amplifier. So I'm always on the lookout for mobs that have specifics. And we got a twin token, and of course there's always going to be twin tokens, kind of like just popping around, knocking about, sort of chillaxing in the in the ether, one might say, just rolling around. So the 150 PED will probably last us about 30 minutes, I reckon. And, then we could see what sellable loot. Now, the sellable loot that I'm talking about is the optimal loot, so anything that isn't shrapnel, we'll have a look at all that sort of stuff. Shrapnel will just get turned into universal ammo and then thrown into our storage for, a future hunting run. You might be wondering, okay, Scott, so what is your plans after the hunt? I'm thinking after the hunt I might, spend a little bit of time relaxing and looking for some fruit. Fruit sells pretty good. So that's my post-hunt activity, I reckon. Because you should always break stuff up. You should always, or not always, but if you're a small depositor, if you deposit a small amount, it's always good to also do like the free, I say free, it's good to do like the other activities that can net you some items as well, net you a little bit of loot. And the fruit has some pretty damn good markup on it, so it's one that I always recommend. If people are like, oh, I just want to do something that isn't just sweating, I'll be like, okay, well maybe go and look for some teleporters, but keep an eye, run around looking for teleporters, but keep an eye out for fruit and stone. And they'll be like, oh, why is that? It's like, well, because you could sell fruit on the market for like 5 ped per K. And it does rack up pretty quickly. It does rack up pretty quickly. I want to do an entire day worth of like looking for fruit at some point in the future. Just spend the entire day just chilling, looking for fruit, and see what comes of it. If that's something you're interested in seeing, obviously you wouldn't be watching like a massive video. It'll be like a quick... For you guys, it'll be like a quick 5-minute video. Quick 5-minute video of just finding, like me just picking up fruit and stone, and then just, every so often showing the time and all that sort of stuff, so I'm not, saying that I'm only doing it over the course of a day, but in fact, I've been doing it over a course of a week. None of that nonsense. None of that nonsense. We seem to be doing okay. We seem to be, we're doing enough damage. We're doing good. We're doing good. Nothing wrong here. It would be cool if I got a global from these guys. I don't know if I've gotten a global from Longu before. I know there are some people like swear by Longu. They're like, oh, they're, one of the best things you can hunt. And it's like, yeah, maybe. I don't think so. Primordial Longu is probably better. They take a little bit, you need to dish out a little bit more damage on the Primordial Longus. The Primordial Longus, now they're pretty good. They drop the output amplifier components as well, but I also think they drop the tiering components as well, so that's always a nifty one. Then of course you've got the not the mollusk, the Maphoids, which, if they're not dropping the animal thyroid oil, or is it or no, I think it's the adrenal oil. If they're not dropping adrenal oil, then they're pretty much just giving shrapnel other than tier 4 components. I think like basic cloth extractors, and then it's like some unlimited items and stuff like that. It's really good. Yeah, I think they drop an A10. I think they drop A102s or 3s. So that's always, that's a fun one. Then you've also got the unlimited regen chips that unlimited regen chip that it drops. So they're pretty fun. And they're not overly taxing on, when I say taxing, they're not a difficult thing to hunt. There's a couple of good spots you can go where they just are. Yeah, and if you're tough enough, you can also challenge the war chief or whatever it's called. You can challenge the war chief, and the war chief has a chance to give you, I think it's the empty skill implant. Yeah, empty skill implant, which is pretty cool. Those also sell for a butt ton of. They got a really healthy markup on them, which is nice. Really, really nice. Yeah. The War Chief is one that I'd like to, one day be able to solo. Kind of just deal with myself. Want to have decent DPS, like far better than what I've got. Far, far better than what I've got. Just in general, I'd like to have better DPS. Hey, there's some tier 4 components. What are these guys selling for at the Minamoto? Huh. About 700%, so, 7 PD per 1 PD worth, which is pretty good. It's pretty good. And mixed with the fact that we're also getting twin tokens, these guys might actually be pretty damn good. Especially, once you've hunted enough of them, because there's this thought pattern, right, that, it's all RNG, but it all, if you understand the law of averages, it all averages out at some point, right? You get the big globals or big hoffs, and then you have the small, 20%ers, 20% returns, and then you have the mid grounds, right, which are the break-even kind of loots, and then they tend to average out at a specific point. But I'm fairly certain it's you got to kill thousands of a mob before it averages out. Which, I could do at some point. That would actually be a really interesting thing to do, to see where an average kind of comes out at on average, because finding the average on average, finding the average itself has an average. But every so often there's just outliers. Those outliers are sometimes really, really good, or sometimes really, really bad. Some people just have really, really shit luck at specific points in time. It's just a matter of fact. Some people are just gonna have a worse time hunting than others, which, it is what it is. I've known people to go, ages without getting any decent loot at all. And then someone else could be doing the same thing with the same stuff and get, way better results. It's all RNG. It's all RNG. Come on, you gonna give us something good? Give me something good. Basic leather extractors, that's fine. Because the leather extractors themselves have a pretty decent markup as well. Yeah. They've gotten down substantially since from what they used to be. They were at around the 200% mark, but now they've been going down I wonder why. I wonder if they're dropping more frequently. Because, like, every so often something stops dropping or something starts dropping more, then the price goes, like, the price will either go up or it will go down depending on, you know, the supply, depending on the supply. You know, supply and demand, all that stuff. All that shit, you know. Supply and demand. These things look weird, don't they? Like, just looking at the Longu, they just look weird. So what is it? Is it a crab? Is it a bug? What are its feet like? I think it's got toes, so I don't think it's like a cleft hooven sort of thing. I think it's got feet. Is it an animal or is it a mutant? Alright, it's an animal. Interesting. Very, very interesting. But I guess, you know, it kind of makes sense that it would be an animal and not a mutant because it looks more like an animal than it does a mutant. In the traditional sense, you know. More like a bipedal crab monkey bird thing. Pincers and like a beak. Very strange, very strange creature. I wonder what the codex says about them. It's basically like checking the Pokédex. But instead of checking for Pokemon, you're checking for mobs. Large, primitive, xenoanthropoid. Full name. Okay, I don't want to say the full name. Although quite slow, its strong beak, enormous claws, and thick armor make it a powerful, intimidating creature. True. Interesting. So is it a bug? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think... Yeah, I'm not even going to try to figure it out. Someone else, you know, is a xenobiologist for Entropia Universe. If you've studied thine animals on Calypso, and you have, like, an in-depth understanding as to what the fuck this thing is, feel free to, you know, let me know in the comments section below. Because I sure as shit have no clue. I have no earthly or unearthly ideas as to what it is. I wonder what they'll look like in the Unreal in the Unreal 5 update. That's going to be an interesting thing. Because they're going to have to, like, update all of the looks of all the mobs. They're going to have to, like, you know, make them look better. But how will they go about doing it? What are they going to look like? Are they going to keep, like, the same sort of shape and structure and then make him look just better? Or are they going to completely, like, change it up? You know? Who knows? We'll heal ourselves up again. Healing up again. Can't wait to be healing up again. And we got our thing over, our Longu thing done, and we got only one more to do before we can do another meta. I'll figure that one out afterwards. I'm probably going to go with, like, rifle or something like that. Probably just going to go with rifle. I'd like to try to get my rifle skill up to 100 by the end of next year. My hit and damage, I'd like to get it up to 100 by the end of next year. I'd really like to get there by my birthday, but, you know, that's a lot of PED between now and May of next year. You know, I don't think I'll be able to make it. I don't think I'll be able to do it. I don't think it's feasible. Really don't think it's feasible. But, you know, I could see. I can see. Pew pew, motherfucker. So we got another 50 PD worth of ammo left. So we got like, yeah, we got 220 shots. 220 shots, we should be able to kill, you know, maybe another 15 Longu. Might be able to score, might be able to score some more tier 4 components. That'd be good. That'd be very, very good. But, you know, after I've done this video, I'll probably cycle through the rest of my shrapnel just in my own time. You know, killing these guys. Get a good sense of what they drop. You know, obviously, like, if I was doing more damage and I had more PED, then I'd just, you know, I'd probably get... It'd probably end up being a better run. You know, in the initial sort of stages, because... Okay, so... The way I tend to think about it, right, so... You have your initial amount of ammunition that you spend. That's your initial run, and then you cycle it. And that's your next run. And you cycle it again. And then you just keep doing that until you're left with, like... Not a lot of it left. Right? And, you know, then you've cycled a bunch. You know, it gives you more chances to to get the stuff that you kind of want. You know, in my case, you know, it gives me more chances to get the basic leather extractors and the tier 4 components. At some point in the future, I really do want to get a better DPP weapon, and just do better DPP in general, which would then I'd be able to kill, you know, guys like the Longu, Primordial Longu, and Ambulimaxes and Maphoids and stuff. I can kill them cheaper, which will give me a higher chance of getting things like the basic leather extractors and the tier 4 components. And, you know, the various hard to get items, you know. I'll get the potential. You know, the potential is there. What do these rationalizer components sell for? Not much. Not much at all. I wonder what they're used in. I wonder. It looks like we're gonna be down. Looks like we're probably gonna be down on this one. Which kinda sucks. Gives me less of a chance to, you know, less of a chance to get close to what I want. Heal ourselves up. Continue on. We've got 130 shots. Heck yeah. Enough to kill a few more. You know, another 10 maybe. If we're lucky. So that's what I gotta do. I gotta increase my critical chance. Hey, there's a nice little mini. 24.57 PED. That's gonna help quite a bit in the long run. I would have preferred to, you know, if that had more optimal loot in it, but, you know, can't win them all. You can't win them all. It is what it is. Ooh, we might actually... This one might actually, might kill us if we're not careful. Nah, we're all good. We're okay. We're fine. No need to worry. Got an old. It's probably an old as well. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, an old. Alright. Can take down a few more. About 8. Thereabouts. But yeah, I think my goals before the end of the year is to be work out a way for, you know, obviously fit it into my budget. Work out a way to be doing, basically increase my DPP. You know, increase my critical hit. I'm probably gonna get try to get myself an Easter 22. Yeah, 2022 Easter ring. That's probably gonna be my best bet. Because I'm not too fussed with the DPS at the moment when it comes to the amount of shots that I do with like my daily weapons and stuff. That's not an Longu claw. It doesn't really sell at all. At one point it sold, you know, at one point it had markup, but now it doesn't. That's okay. I might be able to keep it aside, show it in. Show it off somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. We're getting a decent amount of these animal hides. 375. Oh, sorry, 372. I think these are what you need for like the generic leathers and all that sort of stuff. I think that's the generic leather one. We're probably going to kill one more. Oh, we could kill one more. Is this another old? That's a provider. There's another old. We'll kill this old. Hopefully. Oh, come on. Work with me here. Alright, we're just going to switch over to Law Spade's Kniffy. I need to give it back to him. I need to give back his Kniffy at some point. Got to organize a timing game to give it back to him. But okay, so that's all she wrote for this round, guys and gals. Let's head back to the thingy. And we'll get a good look at what we got back. It's definitely going to be below my average, only because I haven't killed enough. You know, hopefully I say hopefully, I'll probably reach my average after the next 1 or 2 cycles. Alright, let's have a look. Popping the thingy down there. Pop you in there. 130. If we were to add the markup for the tier 4 components, it comes out to around about 85%-ish, somewhere around there. So it's not the greatest. Not the greatest. Could be worse. It could be far worse. So I'm hoping I'll be able to cycle this and then be somewhere good. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna be leaving it there. You'll take care, stay safe, and yeah, I'll see you all in the next one.